Okay, so didn't we talk about this before? Capital S.
Oh yeah, I did go. Oh, I don't know.
Okay.
I think I might have sent you.
And it needs to be in italics. And this, okay, it's too informal. What it should look like is this.
Because I thought I changed. Oh.
That's how it should look. Yeah?
Okay.
Otherwise, it just doesn't look the way they'll be expecting. Just check. I think that might need capitals as well, but I'm not sure. Cooper needs a capital. Yeah. Yep. Spelling sen, and usually hyphens between ms and
Okay.
there. I would say convey rather than emphasize. Apostrophe. What do you mean by juxtaposed here? You mean he's feeling completely different things?
You have to read the next.
Oh, okay, sorry.
Because he's at home, but he can't be further mentally. He could be further away from me.
Yeah. Okay. So,
like his feelings are.
Yeah, you have to say what is juxtaposed with what. So I would say completely conflicted, or.
Could I just leave that bit and then put like Carl's feelings are completely juxtaposed to his surroundings, his homely surroundings.
That's more so. So any feelings of safety and domestic life Kyle has are juxtaposed with. Yeah, you've got to make it clear what you're juxtaposing with what, but you can sort that out. Good. I think you need to say more about how what we're getting here. The flashes to. Are we getting visual flashes to the? Are we just getting the sound? Yeah, and it's integrated. The non-diegetic sound in his head or his own sound perspective is integrated with or combined with the sound of the children and outside. Is that right?
I think that's in the next paragraph.
Oh, sorry, I'm jumping ahead.
Sir?
Yeah.
You know what, Mox?
Yeah.
What's it going to be on? Like?
It's going to be Toy Story and Wizard of Oz.
Okay.
I wouldn't say clear here.
Okay.
I would say inside rather than amongst. I would say at the beginning of the scene. Why don't you say protagonist here?
Okay.
It's good to throw in a bit of, That's very good, this bit. I think but everything more standard with a C now.
So that.
Did you look it up?
No, I thought that was. I don't know.
It's not doing anything for us, is it? Yeah, you see? That's the spelling. Yeah, this is all good, this bit.
I'm running out of things to write about.
Yeah, okay.
It's quite small.
Well, let's have a quick look.
What's
what have you got?
Limit?
1,500.
Oh.
Let's have a quick look at that then.
So I've got to write 1,000.
Yeah, be right.
There's
There's lots more to write about.
Into it.
Yeah.
Okay, so that's cool now.
Yeah. I mean, one thing you can talk about is dialogue and how that's significant. Have we started? Is this part of it? Not
Yeah,
yet.
just go back a bit more.
That's the
Yeah,
circle shot.
there. And then
Okay, so when it
will
cuts
just-
from the bar, you could start it by saying it cuts from a bar to...
Oh, but that isn't the scene.
No, that's
This
fine.
is-
So the camera pushes in on him. Talk about the children running through the frame there. You could refer to that because it's kind of significant.
I think I did.
Have you said that?
Like his children run past the screen.
Okay, so let's say run through the frame rather than... yeah, you described all this well. You could say, so that's where we start hearing the sounds. You could say something about the colour being quite flat.
I did mention the colours at the bottom, like
Okay.
it being quite low.
Fine. Beer.
Babe.
To talk about the connotation of the plant and the brightness of the curtains and how this connotes that she is not part of the kind of darker, greyer world that he's in.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm going out.
Quite interesting. There's quite a subtle camera movement there. I don't know if you noticed that. So as she comes to the door, the camera moves in on her. It's actually coming in on her or zooming in on her. And then it's stationary in the doorway. And then as she moves back,
I'm going out.
the camera moves. Oh, maybe it didn't pull out that much. So then we got the slow zoom in. What does the blank screen represent?
Look at you. It's your face again, babe.
It cuts
Good.
to show him in the garden now.
So the game's is Saturday.
It's quite a contrast from him being indoors.
Yeah,
It's kind of
sure.
quite
But we
bright.
still have his grey, you know, the costume here is important.
Yeah.
Do the same play. I go so crazy though when the other kids jump on him. Like I need you there with like the levers. You know? Yeah, maybe you could even coach. You know.
And his eye line moves from the dog. You can see with the audience are led by his eye line to look at the dog, and when it cuts to the dog. But then it's also this...
Kenna's gonna lose that too.
When he looks away from the screen, he has a different expression on his face, and you might want to look up what they call 1,000-yard stare. Have you heard of that? So they talked about soldiers when they're coming back from Vietnam, that they have this look where they seem to be looking way off into the distance. That comes from post-traumatic stress
Well,
disorder.
he is
Yeah,
a sniper, so I guess yes.
that's again, yeah.
I'm so worried she's gonna fall.
So we're intercutting between here. You might want to use the word intercutting.
How do you do that?
And again, a slow zoom. There's lots of kind of slow zoom in on her face, and again that builds tension. Okay, so there's quite an important. So it's his point of view there. There, that's his point of view, and then it cuts quickly to the dog on the boy. And the editing speeds up, which creates tension. So there's that very quick sequence of editing which builds the tension at the moment. And you describe the action here. You know, there are shots where we see the boys in the background. And again, it's the context, it's the clash between the context. He's very dark, his face is not lit here, and that's deliberate. You know, he's not, if you look at how the wife's face is lit, it's a bit of shadow, but brightness, but he's very much in shadow. On his baseball cap, yeah, to create shade, and even here, look, we're looking at the shade. We can talk about the shade representing.
Yeah. It's
Yeah.
illusion.
I've got 10 seconds.